Hello again, fight fans, and welcome back to 10 Count. I'm your host, Michael Montero, joined by the editor of Ring Magazine, Doug Fischer, and Michael Baca for UCN Live. On May 12th on ESPN from New York at Madison Square Garden, Vasyl Lomachenko is making his lightweight debut against the champion, the WBA and Ring Magazine champion, Jorge Linares. Doug, let's talk about this. You're the editor of Ring. This is for the Ring lightweight title. I think
and the challenger was the Ring's Fighter of the Year for 2017.
There you go.
As well as the Boxing Writers Association of America. So I think we have a quality matchup here.
I think we have a very good matchup. I think, you know, with the Usyk-Gassiev fight being postponed due to injury, and the Canelo-Golovkin rematch, who knows if that's going to happen this year or not still. This is the best fight, the best matchup on paper so far of the year, right? The biggest matchup.
Hey, listen, when the Golovkin-Canelo rematch fell out, we had a backup for our cover story. We had two guys worthy of the Ring Magazine's cover. And Linares and Lomachenko is a sensational matchup. For that issue, I visited Lomachenko in his training camp in Oxnard, California, and I watched him spar 8 rounds with Michael Perez, a solid fringe contender at lightweight and junior welterweight, who's got like a record of 25 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. Real solid kid, and he couldn't touch Lomachenko. Lomachenko is the best active defensive boxer right now in all of the world, but at the same time, he is aggressive, and he could be a volume puncher. He lets his hands go. And he's a sensational body puncher. He goes hard to the body. However, watching him spar and then interviewing him afterwards, watching him go through his workout and his those psychological drills that he does, where he's like looking puzzles, at a wall and there's these little blocks. I don't know what he's doing. No, you know, very few people there spoke English, you know, so I'm just watching, kind of like a fly on the wall. But just looking at him, I'm thinking, this guy is not a lightweight. I'm looking at his shoulders. I'm looking at his height. And I'm thinking, this dude can still make 126. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking, this dude is perfectly suited at junior lightweight. And when I look at Jorge Linares, even though he started at featherweight, and he is a 3-division title holder, he's more of your modern lightweight size, with the width of his shoulders and his bone structure and his height and his reach, and he's a brilliant boxer, as we know. Now we've seen Lomachenko handle all kind of different styles, and Lomachenko told me that, hey, you know, with my amateur background, I've faced a lot of guys with Linares' stick and move style, but I think for this fight we're going to see the best version of Jorge Linares. I think when Linares fought Anthony Corolla in the UK in those back-to-back fights, he looked brilliant because he had something to fight for. He was going into the Lion's Den, and Corolla had a nice stretch. He had good momentum coming into that fight. He was on a good win streak going into that fight. So Linares upped his game. His last 2 fights against Cool Hand Luke Campbell and Mercito Hesta, I don't think he was up for those fights. Now, maybe there's wear and tear. He's been in the game a long time. Maybe he's getting old.
Traveled a lot.
Maybe he's on the downslide. You know, maybe he's definitely not on his peak, and he's getting away from his athletic prime. That's entirely possible. But I think it's psychological for Jorge, and I just don't think that those were opponents that he was going to show his best. And I think Lomachenko is a challenge to him. His back is against the wall. Lomachenko has made all these guys quit, and he's determined definitely not to quit, but also to get in this Ukrainian's ass. And I can't wait to see him try that.
I remember interviewing Linares before that Hesta fight. It was on Fight Week. The only time he smiled was when you brought up Lomachenko's name, because 1, he knew that was a very good fight, and 2, that was going to be a bigger payday than he was for fighting Hesta.
Yeah.
And so I do believe, now he won't have his trainer in his corner on the night of the fight.
Ismael Salas. I think they've split. I think they've parted ways, or is that
No. I went to a sit-down over at Golden Boy, and he explained that they aren't leaving each other. It's nothing like that. They will be contacting each other over the phone over the course of training camp.
It's not a divorce; it's a separation.
It's not exactly. and Salas is in London training David Haye for his fight.
That's true. That's
Tony
a big
Billard.
fight.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a big fight on May 5.
So right now, I think Linares is really focused on getting in the best shape maybe he's ever been for this challenge, because Vasyl Lomachenko is a spectacular fighter. Even the untrained eye can tell that this guy's different. He's a whirlwind in there. He makes other guys look terrible, quite frankly.
Guys who are very good.
I love that he's moving up in weight, because his reign at 130, I don't think he had the most impressive reign, but I also think he was undoubtedly the champion. He was the best, because he just couldn't be touched. And giving up the size, giving up the weight is going to get him in more competitive fights, and I'm excited to see it.
I am too. And on the same night, May 12th, HBO has a card from Verona, New York. It's actually a doubleheader from Golden Boy. Sadam Ali, his first defense of his WBO junior middleweight title against Liam Smith, the title he beat won off Miguel Cotto last December. And then a really, really good super bantamweight matchup I'm excited for. Ray Vargas, the third defense of his WBC title against Azat Hovhannisyan. Hovhannisyan coming off that KO6 win over Ronnie Rios in March on ESPN. Doug, what do you think about that? I think we know what to expect in the junior middleweight matchup.
Well,
right?
I think it's a good matchup. I like the style matchup. I think Sadam Ali, he's going to have a lot of confidence having taken the scalp of a first ballot future Hall of Famer. B, I think he's sturdier at 154 pounds than he was at 147.
I agree. He takes a shot better.
And C, I just like that's his quick-fisted stick and move style against the come-forward aggression of Liam Smith. That's a good style matchup. It usually makes for good fights. And Smith is no slouch. So I like that main event. But the 122-pound fight, I love Crazy A. Azat Hovhannisyan is
awesome,
just a badass.
awesome kid to watch.
And shouts out to Roberto Diaz for building that guy up and taking a chance on that guy and putting him on Golden Boy undercards. And
he's improved every fight.
Their LA Fight Club series and those shows in Indio, and building him up to the point where they could put him in against the former title challenger Ronnie Rios, who went the distance with Ray Vargas and was competitive, but definitely was outclassed against Vargas. And getting that knockout, getting not just competing with Ronnie Rios, but seizing, just taking control of that bout and scoring the stoppage and earning this title shot. And he's going to have his hands full with, here's the better way to say it. He's going to have, it's a tall order.
Yes.
Ray Vargas. That guy is a freak. He's so tall for junior featherweight. He can stick and move. He can be very aggressive. He's got a sturdy chin, and he's got a lot of fighting spirit. So this is going to be an interesting fight.
Absolutely. And Azad, Ronnie Rios actually fought Ray Vargas, and it was just a decision. Yeah, he went all 12.
But he had in the middle rounds, like I think Ronnie Rios had hurt Vargas, but he wasn't able to capitalize.
Yeah, he had moments in that fight. Was that at StubHub?
That was at
StubHub. Yes.
That was a good matchup. There you have it, fight fans. A lot of boxing on May 12th. Let us know what you think. Comment below. Like, share, subscribe. For Doug Fischer and Mike Baca, I'm Michael Montero. See you next time on 10 Count.